Welcome back, makeup family. Today we're talking about Pat McGrath's new EYEDolls collection. It's her single eyeshadow collection that people have been begging for since she launched her first palette, and it was $125. So 17 shades are going to be released, and 11 of them are re-promotes. They're already in her existing palettes, and I have swatches of all of them, and we're going to go over them and see the swatches. So first up, we've got the ever elusive Decadence palette that everybody wants, only half of the people got, and everybody and their mother is wishing she would bring back once again, which I hope and I just sense that she will. It's such a great palette and people really are asking for it. It seems like Pat McGrath is really listening to her consumers and she wants to make people happy. So I hope, will bring this palette back. This is the Decadence palette. Of the 11 shades that are going to be released tomorrow, I'll go ahead and show you just the gorgeousness that is the Decadence palette. And I don't think this really captures the full glory of this palette. There are 3 shades in this palette, however, that are going to be releasing in singles, and I really have to give it to her. It seems like she kind of released the best of the best. She picked my favorite shades, my 3 favorite shades out of this palette to promote. So first of all, the Lapis Luxury, this beautiful turquoise, this really sexy gold, and finally the Divine Mink, this really interesting sort of brown, silver, gorgeous shimmer that like sort of defies explanation. So let me get the shade names absolutely perfect here. Gold Standard, Lapis Luxury, and Divine Mink. Okay, so we've got Gold Standard here. And that's what I'm wearing on my, I'm wearing all of them pretty much on my eyes today. Don't mind me, girl. I'm going to Carnival or something. I'm going to be all up at Carnival with my eye look. This is Gold Standard. And this is Divine Mink. And you can kind of see how the light just captures this. I mean, it's just a glorious color. That Divine Mink is beautiful. I bet you that's going to sell out on the first day that these go on sale, because that is a gorgeous color. This is Lapis Luxury, and that is just a phenomenal turquoise. I'm also wearing that on my eyes. Beautiful. Just so pigmented, so easy to blend. These are a dream to work with. So out of the Decadence palette, this gorgeousness here, that was limited edition. Those are the 3 colors that she's going to be releasing in singles. Again, Lapis Luxury, Divine Mink, and Gold Standard. Next up, she's got some shades out of the Platinum Bronze, and this is what the packaging looks like. And out of this one, let me match it up, child, so I have it absolutely correct. Can't mess it up like this. Okay, we've got Telepathic Taupe, Sextrovert, and Deep Velvet. This is Deep Velvet, this gorgeous, deep, matte brown. This is Telepathic Taupe. This really like platinum sort of bronze color. There you go. Platinum. I mean, it's called Telepathic Taupe. It should be called Platinum Bronze though, because I think that like really accurately describes the color, and that's the name of the palette. But that is such a great shade. Just like Divine Mink, and that's just so unique. You would think that you'd have something similar in your collection, but you don't. I don't have any dupes, and I have a big collection. I don't know what the dupe for that could possibly be. But this gorgeous Platinum Bronze shade is really, really pretty. This one right here is called Sextrovert, and if you can see, that is it's kind of a warmer, bronzy, goldy bronze sort of color. Beautiful. Sextrovert, Telepathic Taupe, and Deep Velvet are going to be released as singles. And those are really, that's half of this palette right here. That is half of this palette. So, yeah, I mean, those are, yeah, I would have to say, I also like Platinize in this particular palette, but those three shades are really standout shades in the palette. So, Deep Velvet, Telepathic Taupe, and Sextrovert. Gorgeous. Next up, we've got the gorgeous Levine Rose. I'm going to show you the packaging for her. This really beautiful black and pink, hot pink packaging. Gorgeousness. And then when you open her up, there are two colors out of this gorgeous palette that she picked. And it's my favorite purple shade, which I also am wearing on my eye. I'm wearing like all the colors in the rainbow on my eye. It's Purple Rain and Pale Fire, this gorgeous peach color out of this Levine Rose palette. And here they are swatched. This is Purple Rain. And it's not a matte, although it may appear matte in the pan or on my skin. It's definitely not a matte. Let me see if I can bring it further down, and you can, but it has no problem, you know, in the crease. It's not full of glitter or anything like that. It's not matte, but it's sort of a satiny finish to that Purple Rain. And this gorgeous peach color is Pale Fire. And that's beautiful. And these two are really just so beautiful paired together. You won't get a workday look out of it. You get an editorial look, but it's beautiful. It's really a beautiful, gorgeous purple. Next up, we've got the Dark Star palette. This is the packaging for the Dark Star palette. And she picked a couple of colors out of here. If I can unstick the, we have Dark Matter and Enraptured. So this is the palette. This is Dark Matter. This is a gorgeous satin black. And this is Enraptured. That's like a beautiful mid-tone metallic gold. Beautiful. And this right here are the two of them swatched. This is Dark Matter. And this is Enraptured. This beautiful sort of warm mid-tone gold here. And you can compare that to the gold standard, which is what I have on my inner corners. It's very bright, very rich. It's just a much brighter version. And this is more of a deep, with a deeper base to it, gold. Dark Matter and Enraptured. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty enraptured. The next swatch is from the Bronze Temptation palette, and that's this one in the red packaging. This is the Bronze Temptation package, and that's really pretty. There's only one color that is going to be represented in the singles here, and I thought this one in particular was a bit of an odd choice. This is the palette. And Celestial, which is this color right here, this pale gold here. This is Celestial. And I'm going to just swatch this. I'm going to swatch it in this blank space here. That's Celestial. And it is pretty glorious. This is Celestial from the Bronze Temptation palette. It is pretty glorious. So again, we've got Gold Standard, Divine Mink, Lapis Luxury. We've got this is all from the Decadence, these three from the Decadence. This one Celestial color is from Bronze Temptation. And these three colors right here, Deep Velvet, Telepathic Taupe, and Sextrovert, these are from the Platinum Bronze palette. This gorgeous purple and this really pretty peach color is from the Levine Rose. And this Dark Matter and Enraptured is from the Dark Star palette. So these are the 11 glorious, wonderful singles that are going to be released, along with 6 brand new shades that are not in any of her existing palettes. And having looked at them, there was actually, it's really interesting because there's like what appears to be a really warm-toned matte brown. And it looked very similar to this shade here called Throwing Shade. It looked very similar, like a really nice warm toned brown like that. She could have just picked that shade, but we won't know until they release. But it's very similar to this color Throwing Shade. So if you have this palette, then you may not need that shade that's coming out. That is very similar to that warm tone brown there. The color Celestial from this palette, the one that I just swatched here, it's a gorgeous champagne color, but I think it's very dupeable. It's a gorgeous champagne color, and I think it's pretty easily duped. The Purple Rain color, this is gorgeous. Everybody who's a makeup lover really pretty much understands how difficult it is to make a really great purple, and Purple Rain is one of those great purples. I think that's worth your money. The singles retail, by the way, for $25 a piece. And some people are complaining about the price, but I mean, people were complaining about the $125 palettes, and that's why she released the singles, because people were saying, well, I would buy it if it were a single. So from the collection, I'm going to tell you the ones that I think are very unique and worth the $25. Gold Standard, if you don't have this color and you like gold, this is your gold. I mean, that is a beautiful color. Just beautiful. It just doesn't get better than that. Divine Mink is a very unique color. It is glorious. And Lapis Luxury is a very unique and very well formulated turquoise that I think is very hard to dupe as well. I would pick up all three of these. These are all from the Decadence palette, which was limited edition, is no longer available as of now. So I would seriously think about picking up all three of those. Here, when we get into Celestial, as I said, from the Bronze Temptation palette, Celestial is very dupeable. It's a gorgeous champagne color, but there are lots of those on the market. This Deep Velvet is a really nice matte. However, I'm sure you have a million deep browns in your collection. This one right here, Telepathic Taupe, is pretty unique. It is sort of a platinum bronze color. And although it looks like it's something that would be highly dupable, I don't have another one just like that or very, very close to that in my collection. I would pick that up if you don't have it. Purple Rain, definitely worth the money. It's an excellent satin purple, and it's really great to work with. This peach color, it actually is kind of a duochrome. It's not just a regular peach. If you love the shade, definitely pick it up. But you probably have something similar. If you're a lover of peach tones, you probably have something similar in your collection that you can reach for. Dark Matter is a great satin black, very pigmented. But I'm sure you have a million blacks in your collection. This color right here, Enraptured, this is gorgeous. This is another gorgeous gold. Personally, I have a weakness for golds, and the purple, the turquoise, the gold. I mean, I couldn't even help myself today. I was like, I'm gonna put them all on, and now I look like I'm going to carnival, but really I'm gonna go outside and feed my parrot when I'm done with my video. But it's just so beautiful. The Decadence palette, Gold Standard, Lapis Luxury, Divine Mink, these platinum bronze. That's such a great eye combo just right there on my arm. Celestial's highly dupable. The Purple Rain I will run, not walk to get. She's coming out with the only color, like I said, there's like a warm brown color that's very similar to Throwing Shade in the Bronze Temptation palette. It's very similar to that. Then there's a copper shade that really looks very similar. It looked at least sort of similar to this shade here, but I know that this is like sort of a, in the pan it looks kind of copper, but out of the pan it's a very, you know, complex shade, which would have been great to release as a single since it's such a really unique shade. The Synthetica is another purple. It looks like a lighter version of Purple Rain that you see here. It's called Synthetica. It looks more like a lilac color. That's probably going to be the only one that I pick up. The other ones there are two mattes. There's like this very warm toned matte that's new, that looks like Throwing Shade. And, you know, that's, you know, a copper color, a rose gold color. I mean, and I think those colors are pretty well represented in the other 12 palettes that I now own by Pat McGrath. But I definitely think that there's some unique shades in this bunch. And I just wish you happy shopping, and that you have as much fun going through your palettes and seeing what you have and what you might want to pick up from the EYEdols release. And I hope that you subscribe and comment below, and I will see you on the very next